Dolls in horror games are one of the creepiest things in my opinion, so let's talk about two games that are featured around dolls. One that had a new update in Doll Imposter, and one that is a full game that we played called Dollmare. We'll give you our thoughts on it. Also, we played a couple free games from developers that we have enjoyed in the past. Are these games also good? We'll find out. Welcome back to Lil Zoth 4 podcast. As always, I'm Lil P, joined by Zoth. And Zoth, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling pretty good today. How are you?
God, I'm doing fantastic, mostly because yesterday I got to go on the field at the Carolina Panthers game right before the game, which was amazing and
What?
like a dream come true. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Growing up in Charlotte and rooting for the team and then getting to go on the field and being there. Well, it was a really cool experience. And they ended up winning the game, and it was awesome and a lot of fun. And
I'm sure it's because you went on the field.
I was thinking about like posting on Instagram and tagging the Panthers and be like, look, I'm just saying, I go on the field once and we're 1-0. So you're trying to bring me on the game, on the field for more. Hey, I'm here for it. But we are surprisingly not a sports talk podcast, as much as I could turn this into a Panthers podcast. But we actually cover mostly indie horror games here, and including free and some paid ones, but especially big on indie horror. We're going to be talking about a few games that we played, along with a new update for one. So if you like finding out about maybe horror games you never heard of and supporting indie devs, then this is the place to be. So we started out with Doll Imposter. They had a brand new update that we somehow missed in the sea of updates, which we are now in October, and there's about to be a lot of updates for games that we're really looking forward to. And which we talked about previously, so be sure to check out some of those in the past. But Doll Imposter was somehow missed in all this. They created a toy factory map, which they released a game called Doll Inc., which I think is going to be kind of similar to Dollmare, which we'll talk about here in a little bit as well that we played. But yeah, so if you're not familiar with Doll Imposter, the gist of the game is you're in like some area that has a bunch of dolls. It can be like a room in a house. This one is a toy factory for the new map. But they have one that's like at a daycare. They have one at a carnival. And your goal is to see what the dolls do at, I say at night, but it's hour increments, basically. And you're trying to deduce which of these dolls are real and which ones are fake. And it's based on what the dolls will do. Like, is one of the dolls' boxes smashed? And if so, well, it's got to be somebody who doesn't like that doll, which the game tells you who does and does not like certain things. So you start ruling out things that way, sort of one by one, until you make your decision as to which doll is real. And I really enjoy this game, and I love the deducing part of it, investigating, putting your find together. And this game does a really good job with that. So with the factory map,
it's a good game.
Yes, definitely. And pick it up like on sale. I think it was like $3.99 right now. Well, the autumn sale is going to end today, but I'm sure it's going to be part of the Scream sale at the end of the month as well. So definitely something to look into. But it's co-op, so you can play it with other people as well. Very, very creepy. And yeah, the new map was a Toy Factory, which was, I thought, a very good map overall. What was your first impressions of it?
I think that they outdid themselves with this map. Considering what the other maps are, like their layout and how detailed they are, they really went out of their way to make this a really good map. There's so many details that are present in other maps, like for example, the machine room where they produce the mom robot. Absolutely amazing. I love that room. And there's a lot of rooms in the map, unlike most of the other maps. So I was really impressed with this. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad design, but they outdid themselves. The other maps are really good to play too, but this one was special, I think.
Yeah, it was very cool to see some of the older dolls present in the new map. Not as like part of it, but just like as part of like this is where the dolls get made and all that. And I thought it was a lot of cool little callbacks to that. I really enjoyed the map. I have to look into that other game they made, Doll Inc. I looked at it a little bit, but not too much. But yeah, the map itself, it was fun to play. I enjoy the game, enjoy the deducing part. I don't know about the super crazy harder difficulties and how it gets. It was bugged apparently
Not
at one
yet.
point.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's definitely fun. Again, more maps in any game, I'm always all for. So I
It's a fun co-op experience too. It doesn't to me, if I look at a game, it doesn't really look all that stimulating or interesting or anything when you just look at it on Steam, but it is actually a very replayable game, fun and co-op, and there's a lot of replayability.
yeah, yeah,
It's worth it.
and it's fun, especially if you like figuring things out. Saying, I mean, I love
Yeah,
that. You know, like this doll is doing this, so it means we can rule out this, but maybe we don't have every single thing for one specifically. So then you wait for some more. And, you know, without spoiling much. Really, there's not much to crazily spoil, but yeah,
right.
it's fun. The easy difficulties definitely do a good job, sort of building the base to figuring out what is and is not for the harder ones. But because there are some weird things, but some things learn along the way that you try and are like, wait, does this mean this? And you're like, oh, okay, maybe it does. Then either way, the do map
That
of Doll
creepy
Imposter.
clown, that creepy clown in the hallway, I hate walking past it. He's so good.
Yeah, the carnival map too on that one was is a very good map as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty creepy. Definitely, I mean, you know, dolls in general are creepy, and we played another doll game, Dollmare, which
Mhm.
I played first. So, what was your overall thoughts on it there? I don't know if I ever got your actual thoughts.
Yeah, I had seen some like YouTubers play this game for a while. It's been out for a little while now, and wanted to play it for myself. So I really enjoyed it. It's fun, creepy. I was very creeped out playing the game. They do a really good job with the little sounds and like little feet running up. It's a really fun game to play, and yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this game, and it's I think the start of the game basically gives you a warning, but an unwarning, in the same way where it's like there's not going to be like a lot of just jump scares. It's not like
Yeah,
there's really kind of like none. And they said it's more about the environment and the creepiness that goes along with the story and everything, which had me
yeah,
intrigued because you know I fall back to a lot of these things, good or not, is just like ooh cheap jump scare. But
yeah.
I don't think there was a cheap jump scare in there really at all. And it was
Mm-mm.
super creepy and it did a great job of hitting just that unnerving feeling. Like there'd be
Yeah. Oh,
times
yeah.
you're just doing your thing and then you'll see like a doll staring at you and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Is that always there? And it makes you wonder like, wait, is it like how long has it been there? Like do I gotta like
Oh,
constantly
yeah.
be looking around?
Yeah.
Just the different rooms, like every time you'd go to repair a doll, there'd be like creepy stuff going on in there.
Yeah. Yeah. They whisper to you.
Yeah, and I miss seeing things that people who watch me play were like, "Oh, did you see that down there?" And I was like, "I didn't. I know. I didn't." But I thought it was a very good game. I think it has multiple endings. I think it might just have two. I think.
Yes. When I played it, it was actually surprising to me because I didn't know how varied the gameplay can actually be for this game. I remember when I watched some YouTubers play it, there were things that they found that I didn't find during my playthrough. So I actually believe that this game has some good replayability and it's not expensive at all.
No, and it also has an endless mode if you just want to figure out the doll. Because the base gameplay, so I don't think we ever got into what the game was about. So if you're
Yeah.
curious, the base story is you're going to work in this toy factory, and your job is to check the toys for defects. So whether it be like missing limbs or torn clothing, missing fingers, well, it's part of limbs, but either way, that's what you're looking for. There's also like as you increase in days, it adds more things like an X-ray to see if there's anything inside of it and different things like that. But
Right.
if there's any defects, then you get rid of it or you fix it. And as you keep doing it, you start to see some weird things going on, and you start to question like, why are you doing this? And you start to find notes from a previous worker there,
Yeah.
and starts to makes you question like, what are you doing, and
Right.
what is going on. And so
Yeah.
it's very, basic, simple story, but the way that they executed it was just really, really well done.
Absolutely.
I'm curious about the other ending. I do want to try to get
Me
it.
too. I do want to play it again.
Yeah, I did not get the chance to play it again and try to get the different ending. I have an idea for what it might be. Well, at least how to get to it, but we'll see. They also have an endless mode, which I have not tried either, where I guess you just look at the dolls the whole time, and I don't know if there's more to it than that, or if you're
Yeah, I don't think so.
like I just want to chill game where I'm just looking for doll stuff, hang out. I don't know, but I mean, I got the game on sale. I think you did too, and it's probably gonna
Yeah.
be on sale again. I think it was like $3 or something.
Right. It's definitely worth more than that, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's highly recommended playthrough, especially I hate dolls the most in horror. Uh, but I think like they're just really really creepy. They're like they can be like one of some of the creepiest stuff that you can do. Growing up, I was terrified of Chucky, the Chucky doll,
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah,
absolutely
me too.
terrified of it. Um,
Yeah.
and so anything with dolls is interesting. I'm
Like
not really.
I'm a horror fan, but
Yeah,
there's no way I'm gonna keep like a replica Chucky in my house.
no,
There's no
absolutely
way.
not. No, no, I would not either. So I love these games based on dolls because they're creepy, but it's also a lot that can go with it because that was like one of the things that was super annoying with well, Annabelle of course is big in The Conjuring, and I
Yeah.
was really excited for the Annabelle movie, and then I thought it was rather trash. The first one at least.
Yeah.
I think the second one might have got a little bit better if they released. I'm pretty sure they released the second one. Yeah, like the something else. But the original Annabelle, I was like, this is gonna be awesome. Like they got so much stuff they can do with it, and it like just fell flat to me. And I was like, really? This
Well,
is
I saw that Annabelle wasn't gonna be a Raggedy Ann and thought, wow, this really sucks.
yeah, I
It's
guess
just some cheesy, scary looking doll. Like, come on, they could have done better.
yeah,
An
well I
innocent
think they
looking
didn't. I think the thing
an
was is they
innocent
didn't
looking
want to
doll
make
would
a
be better.
Raggedy Ann doll because they didn't want to scare like kids with it and being like, oh god,
Yeah.
now this is gonna be haunted. But
Yeah, but nobody knows about Raggedy Ann anymore. It's like I had one when I was little, but I'm old.
yeah,
Nobody knows who Raggedy Ann is anymore.
I have no idea if
And
they still
because
make it or not.
she's so innocent looking and stuff, it just makes it even creepier. But they went with a big, ugly, scary doll, and I didn't like that, so I didn't even watch it.
Well, you didn't miss anything on that one, but
Nah.
it's but yeah. So Dollmare, I definitely recommend people try it out. I think if
I think the best part of the game is that it ramps up the suspense, and the first day is fine. You go in, you're learning the ropes. And then every day after that, they're making it a little more clear that you're not alone. And it just gets ramped up from there. They did a very good job executing this concept.
yep, absolutely, and I really really enjoyed the playthrough of it. I thought it was very creepy, very well done, and to have
Yeah.
that creepiness factor there. There were still some pretty good scares in there, but no cheap jump scares really
Yeah.
at all. And
I
thought it
think
was
the jumpiest kind of scare is you just turn around and something's there.
yeah,
That's about as jump scare as it gets.
yeah, pretty much. And the build up for everything I thought was pretty well done. I'm curious about the other ending because I'm pretty sure everybody probably got the same first ending. if you
Probably.
if you played it, but well, let's see. But yeah, so check it out. Dollmare. And again, links for all these games that we talk about will be in the description of the show notes, so you can click it and check it out. So next we played two free horror games. Both of these games are based on well, the developers that made it we played before and really enjoyed their games. And the first one that I played was well, we can go ahead and get Sinking Iron out the way because apparently you hated that game, or were just trash at it, skill issue. So that one was
Either one.
made by Lixian Games, and he was the one that did Late Night Mop, which I absolutely recommend trying out. If it's like a short 15-20 minute game, three different endings, but the suspense that built up in that game I thought was extremely well done, and it's definitely worth a playthrough. It's free, so there you go. You look for something creepy to play here in October. That's free and will definitely give you some scares. Absolutely, Late Night Mop is one of them. But
Yes, I
I think
love that game.
made a Sinking Iron, which you are basically in this submarine and you're going underwater, and there is a monster there that's trying to attack the submarine. So you're designed to try to prevent the sub from having water like flowing in there, drowning you out, or having the monster take you out.
Mm,
So it's fairly simple gameplay. It is a horror in a way. It's more like suspense and anticipation of like just trying to quickly repair things before something happens, and then
yeah.
and then you have to go to the other side to repair it and go back and forth, and you're like, oh god, please don't get me. uh I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty fun. I see where it could get difficult because you were not able to get the regular ending, right?
Right. I didn't get past the second wave. And I really enjoyed this game too. And I was very disappointed that I couldn't continue it. But I felt like I was not figuring out what was making me die. Like I thought I couldn't figure out why it kept failing. I felt like I was on top of things. So I don't know if it was just a skill issue, probably, but I really enjoyed the game and it made me sad that I couldn't continue it.
Yeah, if I had to
I
guess,
tried
this
it a good I tried
this
it a good number of times.
yeah, the second part of it has where like the monster is looking in and you have to like flash lights at it. I don't really
Yeah.
know if there's anything that shows you where it is or how long the grace period is for you to see it to
Yeah.
get it away. That'd be my guess because that was the one where I'd be like looking, be like, oh, there's an eye right there, okay, and try to light it. Because the other ones, I mean, you're trying to fix like dents and holes, so that's fairly obvious. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to see which one is dented in for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
for the gist of the game, if you're looking for intense like gameplay, like you're not just sitting there doing nothing, like you're going to constantly be working on things. Uh,
Yes.
I thought it was a good little 15-minute game again.
It's like like spinning plates. You ever see those acrobats that do the spinning plates? You gotta keep up with each one and like keep it going. So it's like constant, one you get a hole here, you gotta repair it. You get a dent here, you gotta repair it. And it's just
Yeah.
like builds up and gets more hectic. But I liked it. I really liked the concept. Um I enjoyed that kind of gameplay.
Yeah, I thought it was good for what it was. Uh and the other game that we played is called The Final Pen, and I still don't even know what you think about this game in the end because you are so back and forth on all these games. You'd be like, I hate it, this is the worst game I ever played, but it was alright. That's
This is also by the guy Jordy Boy, or the guy who did Ignited Entry also.
yes, which
Um
again, Ignited Entry, play it if you have not. I actually made a video and a short as well with like some of the best free horror games I've played, and Ignited Entry and Late Night Mop are on there. That's why when I heard they had other games, I wanted to check it out. So continue. Let
yeah,
us know what Final Pin was about.
my only complaint
Uh-oh.
was that it was slow. And I felt like it was it was a design choice. And
Yes.
I understand why they did it. But for trying to play it on stream, it was so dragged out. Like, I don't know. I felt like Ignited Entry was much better. but this isn't, it's a good story. The Final Pin is a great story. If you got, you want a slow build, if you want a horror story that's very story oriented, then you'll probably enjoy it. I didn't know what to expect going into this, and the parts that dragged on just kind of soured it a little for me, but I don't hate the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I get it. Like the gist of the game is you are a detective, and there's been a serial killer out, and you're designed to investigate it, and that's like the very basics. And
Yeah,
so
without
you're
giving anything away.
yeah, some of it, which I get to it here in a second. But anyway, that's the game. So you're going to these different crime scenes, you're gathering evidence, you're looking for things to try to solve the killer. I think like the story, the whole base, that fantastic idea. It's been done quite a bit, and I thought the story overall was really well done.
Yeah,
The twists and turns were certainly interesting. It's there's a few kind of little quirks here and there, but
yeah,
that I'm just like, you kind of felt unsatisfied at some things. But
yes.
the I get where because I think you hated the driving home like each day.
Yeah, like all that was so unnecessary. And then, like, let's say you drive to the police station, then they have a whole cut scene of you, or a transition scene, I should say, of you getting out of the car and walking into a building a few feet away. Like, that's just bad design, in my opinion. Like, if you do that in a movie, you'll get roasted for making a movie like that, like all these unnecessary shots. And that's definitely one of the things that bothered me about it.
Yeah, I didn't mind the driving to and from scene or. Now, I can see
Yeah.
where it got kind of stale after a while because like nothing would happen. Now it was kind of I thought maybe like one of these will be important for something, and the serial killer was called like the Crow, and there would always be like a crow flying as you were coming home. I didn't know if that was important or not,
Right.
which ended up not being really so much. So it I get if you didn't like it, but Zont's the only person in the world that doesn't want to drive a cop car in a video game. It would be cool if you could
Well,
flick
they
on
don't
your
have
little lights.
sirens.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
can't flick
exactly.
on the lights or the sirens, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'll be like, "Get out of my way!" and like ramming people off the road. But
There's nobody else on the road either that you can mess with.
yeah,
It's not GTA.
yeah, you're just like basically driving from one place to the other with nobody there, just sort of driving, whatever. I don't know. I didn't mind it so much. Maybe it's just me. I see
Okay,
where.
let me tell you what I did like about it. I like that they put a lot into the story. I like that the timelines were a little bit confusing. I actually liked that because there was flashbacks to a previous time in your life, and you go back quite a few times in this story. I felt like they just focused way too heavily on the story and not the gameplay. But the story is really good. The ending, not a huge fan. I
No,
did feel left unsatisfied for that part because it's kind of, I don't know, kind of a cheesy
it it's kind of
ending.
it's yeah, it's kind of kind of unbelievable in a way when you're actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, if you're trying to like match timelines here, and you're like, well, wouldn't that mean that this person was like this and all this? So it just was. I agree.
Unbelievable.
The actual like ending. I mean, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
I thought like some of the twists and turns there was a good build up to it. Um, some things left unsatisfied, but I definitely see where like this was made before Ignited Entry, and it has similar game plan. Uh,
Yeah.
with it, Ignited Entry was executed better overall for sure. But one thing
Yeah.
I find like really interesting is I wonder if this dude is like, well, Jordy was like, if he was in a first responder family or near it, because both of the games, because this had to do with being a police officer, and then Ignited Entry
Yeah.
had to do with a firefighter. And you get a lot of
Yeah.
like undertones with the game for like the mindset of first responders, and it's just like I don't know if like a lot of people think about that, and I was like, it feels like somebody who's either family was a first responder or something. Um,
Right.
so I don't know. That was
And you
just the
notice
way that
this
it felt.
because you are a police officer. I don't think
Yes,
a lot of people that watch the podcast would know that.
yes,
So yeah, that explains everything.
yeah. Which maybe is why I liked it more. I mean, there were tropes here that you see, but it's tropes that also happen in real life. And so it was definitely interesting. I think he's really got like the storytelling down and a lot of these
Yeah.
that a lot of games just don't really, and horror or tough in general, because it's really tough to tell a good story, to craft one, to tell it out. I think this
Yeah,
this
I
kind of
think so
felt
too.
like like he was like had this like grand idea to build up to it, and it was like, all right, how do we end this? He's like,
Right,
I
exactly.
I don't know. I don't know how to tie this all together. Because you kind of like got like the little pieces, because like some of it where I was like, okay, I think this is it, but there's no way that this is possible. Uh, because that's like what it was building towards. But then it kind
Right.
of was, and then it left one storyline kind of just out in the open, like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
look, this is what it is. Okay, now moving on. And it was like, this is what we were building up the whole time, though. But
Yeah.
either way, it's free. It's worth the playthrough. I was not expecting it to be that long. I think it took me like an hour and a half or so to beat it. But obviously,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
you're
it
like, well,
did.
that's because of the shitty driving each time.
That was so unnecessary. I was so frustrated by the end of the game. I was like, not again. And then once you get to the police station part, it's like, go to this room, go to this room, go to this room, go back to this room, go back to this room. It
Well,
was
you completely skipped a part. I was like, how the fuck do you even do that? When you were
which
when you were
part?
in the police station to try to search the evidence, um,
Yeah.
you went to the forensics room first and picked a lock to go in there. And you didn't even get the case or the key for the evidence
I
yet.
know.
I'm like, how did you even do that? It didn't even tell you to go in there. And you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I was
Well, they
like,
did tell me that I needed the evidence room. That's why I went in there because they wanted to check the fingerprints against the knife, right?
yeah, and then
So I was like, okay, I'm going to the forensics room.
it
Well,
told
but
you to
then
get
they
the
were
case
like,
file first. But you just ignored that. You're like, no, straight to the evidence. I was like,
I was just
okay.
probably in a hurry after all the driving scenes. But as far as a beginner indie horror game, it's really good. We've got a lot of criticisms because we know that Ignited Entry was so fantastic. Like this was the beginning of him learning how to make games. So it's not going to be perfect, but it is still really good for indie horror because some of these games I play are so bad or like blatant ripoffs of other popular games. Like I played one like Dollmare, but it was so bad. So
Yeah.
as far as indie devs go, I think Jordy Boy is definitely one to watch out for. And I really hope he continues to just improve because the difference between the final pin and then ignited entry is night and day. You can see the beginnings of his abilities in the final pin.
Yeah. And
So it's definitely worth checking out since it's free.
yeah, it's available for free on itch.io. I don't know if it is on Steam or not, but yeah, it's well worth a play if you like that style of game. Again, that's kind of like the gist of everything. But if you like it's fairly linear. It's not like open world. It's from one area to the next, but you're looking for
Yeah.
different things and along for the ride of the story, and it's
Some
worth the
generic
playthrough.
assets. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and well, I guess he got like some YouTubers to voice some of the lines in this, which
Yes.
I think he
Yes. I
did with
heard
Ignited Entry
CJU.
as well. But
Yeah.
so yeah, hopefully they still keep making games. I don't think they've really released. I mean, they released Ignited Entry I think last November, so it's been about a year now. Then I
Yeah.
don't know if like I was checking. I don't think they've really like put out anything for the future or like plans or nothing. So
I
hopefully,
hope he's working on something big
yeah, hopefully
because I
because
would really like to see more
these are some of the
from him.
better, especially free indie horror games out there. Um,
Yeah.
so definitely worth checking out. Final Pin, if you're into the slow build, I enjoyed the driving scenes. Don't let her steer you off from
If you're
doing that.
impatient like me and you got ADHD, you might want to heads
Yeah,
up about the slow ass driving scenes.
it's not slow. You slammed into the house each time. You said, "Get me in it faster. I ain't even gonna try to park this. Get it out."
I tried parking the first 2 times,
Yeah,
but then after that, I was like, screw it.
yeah, I think I was the same way. The drive home did seem a bit redundant each time. I will
Yeah,
say that. The driving to the scene I thought was fine. I could that makes
yeah.
sense to me. But and then
The
you hated
walking from one
Carlos
place
though.
to the other.
How could you hate Carlos?
Well, the
The
first two interactions I
good-natured
had with
buddy.
Carlos, well, I didn't know he was, such an amazing person that you find out later on. But just the way he talked, he was like, "Hey, like
He's
there's
a
a dead
lovable
body next to you,
goofball.
dude." But he's standing over a dead body and he's still talking like that.
Yeah, the lovable goofball jokester, and so I was like, "This is the worst person in any video game that I've ever seen."
I never said that.
That's
I just said
essentially
I
what
don't
you
like
said.
Carlos. I didn't like anybody in that game, to be honest. Linda pissed me off. The main character pissed me off. The son pissed me off. Like they were all just bad people, in my opinion.
And then she'll be like, "Great game. Make sure you play it." See, exactly.
Yeah.
You've been
It's definitely a good game to get to get into the mind of Shorty Boy. I think if you loved an Ignited Entry, then it's definitely worth um play a playthrough, especially since it's free.
Oh yeah. Definitely, if you're looking for something not like super crazy, like jump scare wise or anything, but still a good time. Um, we're now officially in October. Spooky month is here, so we got a lot of stuff
Yes.
coming up update wise. So be sure to follow, check it out, and we'll give some of our suggestions for games you might have missed that you might want to pick up or look into when Steam does their Halloween Scream sale, which I think starts on the 26th. So great times up ahead
It's too
for
far
those
away.
games. And that's yeah, it's far away until it comes up fast. And be like, God
Yeah.
damn, Halloween is already here, and Zoth's birthday week. That she's gonna tell
Yeah.
you every day is her birthday.
It's my birthday month.
Yeah, there you go.
As soon as it's October, it's my birthday.
Exactly. But all
And
right.
saving the super scary games for my birthday stream, where I'm going to have a face cam for the first time so everybody can see my goofy ass face when I'm screaming.
If only we could have saw her face when she screamed from that guy. That'd been fantastic. But
What game was that?
what the fuck was it called now? Why do I not remember this? The
We
Housekeeper?
just talked about it last
Was it
week.
called The
Yeah, just the
Housekeeper?
housekeeper. Yes, that was the one.
I was like, I know it has something to do with a hotel, but I don't think it had a hotel in the name. But yeah. So all right. Be sure to stick around here. Check out the old episodes if you have not. Learn more about games that you might want to play. We'll talk about it. We talked about Eclipsium and No, I'm Not a Human. We reviewed those games, talked about the good and the bad. So be sure to check that one out. And happy hunting, everybody. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.